Alright, so we're about a day removed from the Jessica Cynthia Calvillo fight night. Uh, I didn't, I wasn't interested in making predictions for the fight because there was quite a few fighters on the card that I didn't know. Um, as far as the as far as the fights went, uh, the prelims were packed with finishes. Um, the main card, not as much. There's a few, like the Eye and Calvillo fight, the Rosa Ag, well, the File Jordan. Okay, the main event, the File Jordan and Espinoza De La Rosa fights. Those were definitely competitive. Well, the Jordan Espinoza Mark De La Rosa fight is pretty one sided relatively. Uh, Espinoza is fast, man. He's like it's like you take I had to remember Edson Barboza, and then you cut like 6 inches off of him, and uh, he's just so much faster. Great kicks, great punches and all that. It's pretty creative out there. I liked watching that fight. Um, I think there was only two finishes on the main card. Marvin Vettori got a good submission win. Come to think of it, both the finishes, the Marvin Vettori finish and the Agapova finish, you know, both are submit. Both of those are rear naked choke finishes. I think they're both in the first round too. Yeah, I mean they were both in the first round at different times in the fight, but other than that, even the Eye Calvillo fight, I saw it going for Calvillo, but it was pretty on the feed. It was pretty competitive for the most part, even though I was winning those exchanges on the feet. Uh, at least in the early rounds. Towards the end, uh, as, as far as the fifth round, I only saw the highlights because I was watching recordings on the TV. We recorded them and just didn't record all of them. So, from what I saw in the fifth round, Calvillo, it looked like she was getting the better of those exchanges, or at least she was finishing the exchanges. Um, Definitely was winning with those takedowns and the control time on the mat throughout the throughout all rounds. Definitely won her the fight. I don't know if I like her too much at this weight. Then again, I think I came down from 135, so and was always kind of known for being, you know, she's one of the tougher chicks, at least at 125. So I don't know how Calvillo looks against other. I think she has a win over Calderwood, who came up from 115. So, but still, you're talking about women's 125 pounds. Valentina's champion. I don't see any changes there. Cal. There's. I don't think there's anyone at 125 that's got anything for Valentina. Um, it's a good win by Vittori. Now, the fact that Hannah Cyphers came back to fight uh, 2 weeks after the Dern loss, and it's another submission loss, but before that, I mean, she was getting beat up bad in this fight. You know, I don't think she should take any more fights, at least for a while. Uh, she definitely needs time to recover, and stuff like that happening. Like, I know Gilbert Burns. He fought in March, right? And then he got to fight at the end of May. That's about 2 months removed, but he was coming off of back to back wins. So he is coming off of back to back wins. So, I look at that, that makes sense when, fighters during these times are coming off of wins and then they're getting back in the mix as soon as they possible. If they're not getting hurt, if they're not getting hit very much, I understand that. But like, Cypher, she got hit a little bit in the Dern fight. Um, that was kind of her best bet in the fight, was to strike with her, because she at first the jab and at the distance game with Dern was giving her problems, and then uh she started pressuring, getting more aggressive, but so she got hit a little bit in that fight. She definitely got messed up in this fight yesterday, or yeah, last night. And then Charles Rosa, he got dominated in against Bryce. I think it was most. I haven't seen that fight in a while. I know. I mean, it was definitely a grappling affair. I don't think Bryce landed a whole lot of strikes in that fight, or really attempted very many. I think he might have thrown some setups to get like the twister. I can't no, I can't remember. But all the same, fighters that are coming off of losses and then trying to get back in it as soon as possible. I don't know if that's the best plan to go on there. But the prelims were just jam packed with finishes. I only saw pretty as far as the Christian Aguilera fight. I only saw the replay after the fight had been stopped. It was a good finish. He hurt Ivy bad, and it was great. Um, the one I was, the one that really caught my eye was the main fight of the prelim, the Marab. I'm not gonna pronounce his last name. He, the thing that really caught my eye about that is the interview afterwards when he called out Sean O'Malley, and I think what I seen of the fight, the dude, he definitely has takedowns, you know. And if there's one thing in the past that O'Malley's had problems with, and it's getting taken down, but he has jiu-jitsu off his back, and the improvements he's made in his jiu-jitsu, we haven't seen that yet. So I I'm definitely interested in seeing those two fight, because I think he's a legitimate test for O'Malley. All right, that's what I think about that fight night. Leave in the comments what y'all think about it, and where you think these fighters go from here. Uh, I'm definitely gonna upload here in a little bit. Um, I don't know. I think I want to talk about the men's bantamweight division, where it's at. Um, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, and check out some of my other content. I got a bunch of good content on here. Until then, we'll see you around.